Morning everyone, how are we doing? Day, not quite sure of pointing, but you're all doing great and hopefully you're hanging in there. Today's session, following on from the last 2 days, is on the flow of your movement. Okay. Before we get into technical detail or detail on the flow, I mean, a couple of people that would be just to give you some visuals, that for me just epitomizes what we're going to talk about in a very obvious way. Would be Raneem El-Walili, Ali Farag, Kareem Abdel-Gawad, and you can just sort of see how they're sort of never really using an ounce of energy that they don't need to use, and I think that's one of the key key like benefits of like having a good energy and a good flow of your movement, good rhythm of your movement, good timing, and there's so many sort of really sort of good benefits to having good flow and good rhythm. I know you look at other sports, somebody like Roger Federer, who's, he's got good rhythm, he's got good flow, he doesn't really look like he's ever out of breath. That's not to say that he's not, but he certainly doesn't look it. And that's got to be intimidating for your opponents. In the same way, obviously, that Raneem has that, Gawad has that, Farag has that. So I think there's a few things to tackle this, and there's loads of different ways that we can go for it. I think I would like to start with, I suppose when I talk about flow, first and foremost, working from the ground up, is that you're never static on the tee or at any point during a rally. Okay, there's always a little bit of motion, which, if I'm coming from the back corner and I'm coming up through the middle, okay, I'm sort of floating, and by floating, and if I look at it from this way, through the tee, I'm creating like there's still an energy within me. So I come from the back corner, come forward, float, and then take off, and then move on to the next shot. Or even if it's, coming back to where I was, float, float, and come back up. Now that's really important, because if you have to generate motion from a static position, from a still position, that's going to take a little bit more energy, okay? I think about a traffic in New York, and if you're down the Hudson and rush hour traffic, if you're that angry driver that kind of accelerates, slams the brakes, accelerates, slams the brakes, well then your energy, your fuel in the car, you're going to see that go a lot quicker than somebody who's just a little bit more relaxed behind the wheel. You still get from point A to point B just as quick. So the accelerating slam is not as effective as what it might feel it should be. You don't get there much quicker at all. Okay, and then the problem with that then is, as well as if you're going fast, stop, then when you really need to use that speed, or when the game gets to a certain point, like the 30-minute point or the 40-minute point, you're just not going to have enough energy in the tank, enough fuel in the tank to keep going like that. Whereas if you don't necessarily have to be as fit as the other person. If you're coming in, you're always generating that movement. You're never coming to a standstill, so you always have that sort of free energy through the middle of the court to then take off. Okay, so let's just give a couple of runs through there, and then we'll talk about the next part. All right, so we're going to do some goes, and let's kind of carbon copy. If I do forehand, you do forehand, and your goal through here is that when you come up, is to stand nice and tall, relax, and then take off, but never stopping, okay? And I'm going to try stop you a couple of times through here, all right? So, without further ado, here we go. Back corner, come up, slow. Obviously we've got smaller parameters here, because we haven't got a full squash court. Whoa. You can see each time I'm finishing my shot. Change on the gears there. So you need to move quick. That's it, a couple more. All right. Now, hopefully, as you did that, you felt the rhythm, you felt that you were never static, or you really concentrated hard on not getting static through the middle. And we'll do another set before we kind of move on. And then I want to talk about how our body connects to the shot and helps promote and generate that flow of movement, okay? Another little set again, and again, just really focusing on that even if you get to the tee and I go a little slower, you're flowing, okay? You're floating. You're never, ever static. Okay, here we go. You can see that soft movement there of the leg I'm about to kick off. You can still move quick when you need to. You know, the tempo of this rally, nice and slow through here. Good boast, comes in, come back out. That's it, last couple guys. And softness to the middle of the court. There. Good job, well done. And again, that softness through the middle of the court. We talked yesterday, or Monday rather, that when you had that rhythm, that good split step from the middle of the court, that sort of 1-2, it afforded you the ability to decelerate onto the ball. And what that did was, it gave you clarity, it heightened your awareness of where your opponent was or wasn't. So therefore, there was no real pressure if they didn't cover the post for you to come in and just simply play that forehand drop just to get them to move up there. And in a similar way, if you think about it, if you're coming back up to the tee and you've got time, you're floating, your awareness, like where's your opponent going to play that next ball? Then you can start to kind of like gravitate to the area or the 1 or 2 areas that you think, or that not you think, that you read that they're going to play it to. And then the game comes, and again, when you look at those great players and how well they read the game, they move so well, and the movement helps them read the game well, because they're not sort of coming up to the tee. And you know, and you can see that. So we can go from there. So that brings us to the next point about acceleration points and deceleration points, okay? So acceleration, obviously we're going to go from the tee with that split step. 1, 2, 3. And then you can see there, what I did was that I came off the ball after I played the shot, after I finished the shot, and finish is the key, finish the shot. As I finished the shot, I got out of there and quickly, and then I decelled back to the tee. So that by decelling back to the tee, there's my little accel, and then I can take off, okay? And give that a go. Let's go back forehand, okay? Back forehand, accelerate off the ball, and then you can take off, okay? And again, let's do the forehand, let's do the back forehand, and then we'll link it into the front forehand, okay? You ready? I'm gonna do 5 of these. Good shot. Oh, he's out of the camera and he slipped. That's it. Accelerate off the ball, decel to the middle. Split step, accelerate, decel, boom. And you can see I'm moving at different tempos here. And relax there. Great stuff. And that's a great way, I mean, ghosting is brilliant. You just cannot beat it. It's so important, to improve your overall movement. And what I want you to really focus on through here and be aware of is that accelerate, play the shot, accelerate, slow it down, accelerate, play the shot, back to the tee quickly, slow it down, accelerate. So you can see it's accelerate off the tee with good technique, split step, play the shot, finish the shot, kind of another little split step off the ball then to propel you forward towards the middle, slow down, and same thing again, okay? Let's do a couple on this side through here. It doesn't matter which foot you hit off, and again, just work within the space that you have, okay? That's it, different speeds. There you go, lovely stuff guys, keep going. Accelerate off the ball, slow down to the tee, accelerate off the tee, come back, decel, excel. Excel, decel, excel, decel. You get the drift. All right, last couple. Brilliant. All right, well done. That's really amazing. And hopefully, you know, as you do that, you're sort of thinking, okay, this is kind of good. This feels nice. It feels like I've got some rhythm and I'm moving at different speeds. I'm speeding up the tempo, decreasing the tempo of my movement. And I'm certainly decelerating at the moments where I need to decelerate. In other words, decelerating as you get onto the ball. You can't do that without that good movement through the middle, that good split step to that kick off the tee. And then it's the same thing as you're coming from the back corner. You know, you want to be able to slow down to then take off, but you can't do that necessarily if you haven't got that little split step to get you back to the tee again, to afford you the ability. So the technique is important to that. And again, like most things, it'll come to some of you easier than others. And that's okay. But if you work on it, it'll certainly install itself into your muscle memory, and that's just you, and that's how you move, and that's how you will function around the squash court. Right. The next thing, part I want to talk about is to create that flow and to make it easy to get in and out of those corners. It's so important that your body speaks the same language. And what I mean by that is that your body gets into the shot, and everything is working together to get into the shot and also to gravitate naturally back towards the middle and so on. I suppose what I mean by that, if I'm going forward, okay, so I'm coming in, I've got my split step, I've got the rotation. Now, if you watch this leg here, that bears all the weight. I've got my rotation, my hips are rotated, and then I'm there. So the hip, and that's where I really start to unravel. Okay, the hip goes through, the shoulders follow, and then the swing finishes. And then that follow through allows me to come back out naturally. It pulls me out naturally. The follow through is like finishing the shot. If, for example, I come in, I do all that good stuff, but then I stop there, then I've got to force myself to come back out. Now, you might counter argue and say, well, what about the drop shot? It's kind of the same. Just obviously the follow through is different. So I come in, I drop it. Now, if I just stop there without the follow through, again, I've stopped all this, I've finished the unravel. I haven't finished the unravel, sorry, I've stopped before the unravel is finished. So then, can you hear me? And then I've got to step back out. Again, it's a force. So I come in, rotate, drop, and as I've finished the shot, I've extended the follow through, right? What's the natural thing to happen as it's finished? It's to come back out again, okay? And then my hip is fully opened. As I've finished that, I've fully unraveled, and it gives you an easy, natural path. Now, in the back corners, it's a little bit easier, and it's more obvious. You come back and use that follow through to pull you forward, to propel you forward, and it's much more of a natural thing. So I just think focusing today a little bit more on this topic, a little bit more on the front of the court. Just think, doesn't matter what side it is, just come in, unravel, come back out again. And if it's a drop shot, you still have to finish that shot. And you can see my left arm, my left shoulder, my opposite shoulder, you might see right again, that's the camera, but my opposite shoulder, my shoulder, that is not holding the racket, right? It's there, it's here, and it's finished. I leave the drop shot out there, and that left hand brings me back. And again, in real time. Okay, and you see that does its job, and the whole body is connected. Whilst your non-racket arm might feel like sometimes it doesn't do anything, it does a lot. Okay, and on the backhand, it's the same gig. It's like you come in there. Now, where's my left hand? Here. So as I finish the shot, I'm naturally pulled back out there. Okay, Same on the volley. Okay, come around, finish the shot, finish the shot, finish the shot. All right, right. So let's do a little bit of ghosting here through again. All right, and we are going to start off with. I'm just checking to see you're switched on. The camera. Okay, so let's go through here, and again, so we're thinking about finishing the shot and using the follow through to bring us either back to the tee or up to the tee or back to the tee from the middle. All right, here we go. Keep that flow. Here we go. That's it, never getting static. I will up the tempo. As we go along. We'll change the pace. Now start to visualize the type of shot. That's it, nice and soft. That's good. A few more. You know, it's funny through here, you should hopefully feel like there's not an area of the court that you can't get to with relative ease. And so I think that's, again, a byproduct of being so relaxed through the middle, tall. We talked about this yesterday and on Monday as well. That sort of tall, that floating sensation allows you that even if you do go the wrong way, because you, and again, touching on where the position of the feet, if you do sort of go the wrong way, it's easy to shift the body weight and to move in a different direction, or move in the opposite direction of the direction of where the ball has been played. And again, if you're down like this, you just can't do that. Not only, I mean, it's just burning the legs through there, but it's very hard to kind of sort of create a motion to go in a different direction. Okay. All right, and let's go again. And I'm going to do one or two really quick for an old man, but one or two quicker movements through here, and I want to see if you can respond. And if you don't see it in real time, then maybe the next movement you do is quicker. Okay. All right, here goes. Flow. Soft to the middle. There we go. Yeah, finish that shot. There we go. That's it, keep going guys, feel the flow, feel the rhythm. That's it, inject a bit of speed. That's it, I almost came to a still, but I didn't. I'll rest there. Whew. Not bad, good job everyone. And again, hopefully feeling that ease to the center. Okay, we're gonna do one more set. And then I'm just gonna talk, get back into just a little bit more about the hips and how the weight transfer and bridging the connections. And here we go. Softness through the middle. You should, in theory, be able to move like this for a long period of time. That's it, good job. Most of you guys will be fitted now. So if you can be efficient with your energy, efficient with your movement, then that'll really start help you guys rest there. It's brilliant. Really, really good. Okay, so, and I think this has probably happened for most of us naturally through here, is that as you engage in the shot through here, so what's important is when we talk about that weight transfer, okay, and we talked yesterday and we talked on Monday about that sort of step, and as you make that step, then the swing begins to make its path to the ball, and so then that naturally gets the body into weight transferred into the shot. But what's important through there is that you're not coming up there like locked through here, okay? Because then you've lost everything from your hips down. And if you think about a boxer, okay, and they're going for their knockout punch, not like this, thrown there, okay? But like there's a little rotation. You can see the power coming through from my foot up through this leg, and I rotate, boom, and it's the whole body is into that. And if you see my left is coming up, so it's coming back, so not only that helps me clear after I've landed the punch. Or if you're a baseball pitcher, okay, you're not throwing it like this, okay? There's like a whole unraveling. You can see, even if I get into this position, I rotate there, everything's in, and then release. And then that's how that whole ball, those baseballers can throw the ball at 90 or 100 miles an hour, I'm not really quite sure. Anyways, you get the drift. So I guess through here, when you're coming in to play your shot, is that regardless of what foot, is that you're not in that position, you are a little bit engaged through here, softening of the hips, and then that really just helps you to unravel and keep everything relaxed, so then you can really allow yourself to get through the ball, to hit through the ball, and to not stop there and then have to force yourself back out. So that's softness through here. It's almost like a suspension, if you like, through there. You can see there's lots of kind of, I don't know if you can sort of see too well there, but you can see I'm in, and sort of the back leg here bends a little bit, my front leg is flexed a little bit, and it's just holding as I sort of really whoosh, get into the shot. Right, let's do another couple of sets of ghosts in the finish, and again, here we go. So softness through the middle, flow, and picture your favorite players, or let's just stick with the obvious ones. Farag, most of you probably like, he's a very likable guy, or Raneem, legend, or Gawad. Relax. There you go, good job. There we go, good job. Oh, tell you what, I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to getting on that court again soon. But I'll be feeling good, as you guys will be. Well, some of your peers are having skills and pizza, which is nothing wrong with. You guys do that as well, but also make those gains. Let's go. Okay, let's do one more. That's really good, guys. It's good stuff. Last one through here, and then that'll sign us off on Wednesday. We're going to get a little bit more physical for the second part of the week. Don't let that scare you. You're in great shape. All right, here we go. Toss it in the actually really enjoyed that. Let's go again. I know I said that was the last one. Let's do another one and then finish up the. It's nice to move. That's it. So it didn't quite come to stillness there. And that's important. Maintain that. Exhale. Good shot. Exhale out. Good. Good job. That's it, good. Last couple, guys. That's brilliant. All right, guys, that was really good stuff today. And by all means, like, don't be, keep going, do another couple of sets. Whatever about the number of reps or the time, it's not really important. It's just, this is technical, this is a feeling. And I want you to feel that, you know, you're never coming to a standstill, okay? And remember, motion from a static position burns your energy levels quicker, okay? That basically just means your engine won't be running as efficient as it can. And that also, by being static breeds tension in the body. So if you stand still, there's a little bit of tension there that could definitely creep in, it will creep in. Well then, to break free of that tension, it's going to take a little bit of work when playing the shot. So stay as relaxed as possible, stay in motion, okay? And if you're relaxed, your muscles are far more conducive to being able to generate speed, okay? When you relax, you're far more in control of your body. When you relax, it's easier to connect your body into the shot, and when you relax, it's easier to have the freedom with your racket arm to execute the shot comfortably and confidently. And again, it doesn't come easy to everyone, so practice it and it will install itself into your muscle memory. I know I say that quite a lot, but it's so important. These are perfect opportunities to get lots of repetitions in. And if you're on a loose end, you'll see the video analysis later on, and you can also watch some other videos to help help you visualize that relaxed process through the mill, and watch people like Yanchar Khan, Rani Melbalili, Ali Farag, who else did we say? Peter Nicol. Yeah, so let's go. All right, thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Good job.